Alright, it's personal pizza night at the homestead. Here is half of one boy's pizza with sausage, olives, pizza sauce and cheese, and there's half of the other boy's pizza with pizza meat and cheese, no olives, and sauce of course. And I'm just going to do a video really quickly on how that all goes together. You bake them 4 1/4 Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Alright, just out of your view is the bread machine. I made some dough in there, and for personal size pizza, about 125 grams of dough. There's 114, there's 137, there's 128, close enough. Alright, we're going to whip this together really quickly. We got various ingredients and everyone gets to pick what they want to have on their pizza. But it all starts with the dough, so we put down a little bit of flour so we can roll that out. We're going to need a little bit more to go on top there. Flatten her out. Da-da-da. I got one in the oven. Melissa's is in the oven right now, so you can probably hear the oven going in the background. The boys have already been taken care of. We're just going to roll that fellow out, and 125 grams rolled out to the size I do it makes for a fairly thin crust pizza, nice and crispy, not really a chewy crust. You could either roll it out smaller for a chewy crust or go more than 125 grams of dough. That dough will keep in the fridge for quite a while. You can make calzones with it, you can make bread with it of course, you can make pizza with it, put it in a container in the fridge. Of course it's going to rise in there and blow the top off the container, so you got to pound it down for the first day or so, but after that, like every 6 hours or so, pound it down, and it blows the top off the container. Whoopsie, there, I just blew that. Alright, let's re-roll that. I'm the red roll re-roller. Yeah, so basically what I have is sauce. I got some sausage cooked up. I got some pizza meat. I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to basically load mine up. I got some olives. I got a couple of different kinds of cheese. It's all pretty easy to do. And everyone can get the pizza they want without too much fussing. This dough is a bit sticky coming out of the bread machine, which is why it's being so difficult to work with. And now I'm rushing and I'm screwing it all up. Alright, come on. Come on, baby. Let's roll out. There we go. Alright. So when that beeps, I'm going to have to run over there really quickly. It's okay, it's all good. You want to flip it every so often just because it'll stay rolled out. If you're not flipping it, it kind of springs back into a smaller form, as you probably know if you've rolled out any amount of dough. That's one way to encourage it not to do that, is flip it. Flip it, flip it, flip it. There are other ways, including the twirly thing that you see them do. I can do that as well. I was just doing it with the last dough. I'm not going to do it on film for you. Now down over here I've got my pan. I'm just going to throw it on there and then pull that back up here. You can see I got just a square pan. It's got a Silpat sheet on it, so I don't have to do anything to the pan. That comes right off that Silpat sheet pretty easily. It's silicone, basically. Oops, looks like I had some crunchies on there. No big deal. That's the size of my pizza. This is my homemade pasta sauce from last year. Pasta and pizza, calzones, whatever. It goes really great. So we get that on there, and the best and most economical general purpose pizza meat that I can find is from Costco. I'll show it to you in a moment. And I'm also going to throw on, there was a sale on Metro sausage, the butcher shop sausage. They're not bad sausage, and especially when they're half price at $1.99 a pound. Friggin' sweet. I stocked right up last week. That's all my sausage that I'm going to need for the summer now. Stuck them in my freezer. Alright, there's that. And the next thing to go on, this is the Costco Nostrano Genoa sausage. Genoa salami, I guess they call it. It is the best general purpose pizza meat that I know of. And my stove is going to beep over there in a second. So I'm just going to throw this down. It should beep right about there. No, I missed it. There it is. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to go pull that out of the stove and show it to you in just a moment. It's got to come out of there now though. It's still over here, don't worry. I was going to talk to you for a second. Get that out. Okay, that's probably about a minute too long. I'm just going to go over here. And there's what that pizza looks like. I got my pizza slicer. That's about, just to give you an idea of size, that's about 6 or 8 inches that way and about 8 or 10 inches that way. Anyway, we'll go back over here and finish this up. Alright, so we got that. Excuse my reach. In here I cooked these sausage. I took them right out of the microwave and put them into, took them right out of the freezer and put them into the microwave, and whoops, I forgot to turn off the timer. Put them into the microwave and cooked them, what did I cook them? About 9 minutes on high, right out of the freezer. And I used a digital thermometer to check the internal temperature to make sure they were fully cooked before I used them. 170 degrees Fahrenheit is probably a good choice for internal temperature for a sausage. You may want to go a little bit higher than that. Now I'm having everything, I'm loading mine up. So I got the pizza meat, got the sausage, and got some olives over there. It's good sausage. That's their English banger, they call it. It's a fairly plain sausage, not very spicy, so we're putting some olives that are stuffed with pimentos. Another Costco buy. We buy the giant sized jar. Isaac loves olives. So we got some mozzarella cheese that we bought at Costco, a giant bag of the grated stuff, and divided it up. The grated cheese was actually cheaper than the non-grated stuff, oddly enough, when we bought this. Right now it's not, it's a little bit more expensive, so we buy the chunks and grate it ourselves. But when the grated stuff is cheaper, we buy it, of course, because we want it grated. That only makes sense. Alright, and we got some hard cheese here, Asiago. I'm not sure what kind it is. It's my wife's cheese. I grated it up. One of the hard bricks with the wax rind on it. Just like the combination of the two cheeses, works out really nicely. Get that on there. Now, 10 minutes for my wife's pizza. It was that cheese, actually, I think, that made the difference, the hard cheese. I didn't put the expensive cheese on the boys' pizza. I think that made the 10 minutes a little bit too long, so I'm going to do 9 minutes on this, and I'll see you at the end of 9 minutes. Alright, that is going to beep here in a second, and we'll have a look. This is 9 minutes. We'll see if that 1 extra minute makes the difference. Oh yeah, that's all we need. With that other cheese is 1 less minute. That looks fantastic if you ask me. Gorgeous pizza. Here. Hard to see on an angle. Ouch, that is some hot. Anyway, here we go. Nice and firm crust. I'll just take my pizza roller, slice it up, and that one is all for me. Check it out. And when I slice it, I like to separate it just so that the cheese doesn't weld it back together. And it's personal pizza night at the homestead. Rock on!